Hey there, everyone. Good morning. I hope everyone is having a really, really great day. I am wondering, first of all, is anyone out there? But if you are out there, I'm wondering if you watched the Game of Thrones last night. So if you watched Game of Thrones last night, I want you to type a 1 into the little chat box. And if you, hi Kendra. If you did not watch the Game of Thrones last night, type a 2 into the chat box. And if you have no idea, actually, if you've never ever watched Game of Thrones, like ever, type a 3 into the chat box. So 1 if you watched Game of Thrones last night. Type 2 if you did not watch Game of Thrones but are a Game of Thrones watcher. Or type 3 if you've never ever watched a single episode of Game of Thrones. Oh my gosh, there's so many non-Game of Thrones watchers. I didn't even realize there were this many people who didn't know about this. I guess maybe who didn't watch this series. I'm totally in the minority here. I think it's been almost like 600 days since the last episode came out. So it's like a big deal. And like this is the last whole season that they're gonna have. But yeah, so anyway, I need people to type in so that people can join this because I have a big announcement to make. Again, 1 if you are watched the Game of Thrones. Oh, Erica, woohoo! All right, whoo! All right, we have someone who's on my page. Erica watched it, yay! 1 if you watched Game of Thrones last night, the premiere for season 8. 2 if you did not watch the premiere yet, and you intend to. You are a Game of Thrones watcher, but just did not get to it yet. And 3, if you are not a Game of Thrones watcher whatsoever, and you're like, I don't even care about this whole Game of Thrones situation. Yay! Someone on my side. Anyway, so I have, I don't know if you guys have maybe noticed at all. I've been a bit silent on my VIP group for about a week. And I'm not ghosting you. I promise it's not a ghosting situation. I've had a lot of things going on at home and in my life. My husband was just diagnosed with a rare form of appendix cancer. And it's just been totally, I don't know, like life-changing, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. So we've been really like dealing with that and just trying to like navigate that whole situation. I mean, I don't even know how I'm supposed to be doing it, but I guess I'm trying my best. I don't know. So we spent this past weekend actually telling family, so like physically going to like our immediate family's house and like delivering this terrible news that we knew was gonna like totally either ruin their night or ruin their entire weekend or like completely throw them off guard. So it's funny though, I always try to bring like a positive spin to things or try to like, I don't know, make things funny. So it's funny though, before we like got into the real reason why we were like setting up little family meetings, we asked people why they thought we were meeting with them. And there was like a big 3, right? The first one was they thought we were pregnant, which I'm not. No more babies for me. Nope. I'm not pregnant. But that was like the number 1 thing that they thought we were coming to talk about. 2, they thought we were moving. So they thought like I got a job offer or Andy got a job offer or something. They thought we were moving. 3, they thought we were getting divorced. I was like, okay. So none of those things were the things we were actually coming to like talk about. we're actually delivering horrible, awful news. We delivered in person to all of our close family, our parents, siblings, kind of our immediate family, and we announced it kind of publicly last night on Facebook. And for those of you who know anything about cancer, appendix cancer is like not a thing. It's basically not a thing. You try to Google it on like Google, and Google doesn't even know what it is. Like, that's how rare this is. So there's a couple different things playing. The official name for it is mucinous adenocarcinoma of the appendix. Now, they did remove his appendix, but the tumor started in his appendix, and it burst his appendix. We thought he just had appendicitis, but it burst his appendix, and when it burst his appendix, this mucin stuff, that's like this really bad, nasty stuff that is present in his form of the tumor, basically got blasted all over his abdominal cavity and his like just body. So that sucks. Like, that's really bad. But also there's there's that, but also there's really no good treatment for it because it is so rare and obscure that there's no like treatment path really that there is for it. So the doctor that we're going with is treating it now as like a colorectal cancer treatment, which is like similar to what they think he had. But it's scary, and it sucks, and it's just life-changing and not really in a good way. But we're working through it, so that's a good thing, is we're really staying positive. Andy is being like amazing. He's just not even thinking about it and like trying to just, do things that help him like get his mind off of it. So, and we're more focused on like the steps to get to like the next phase of this. So he's going through this like whole battery of tests over the next week and a half. And so he's just focused on like, which test is next? What time do I need to be there? Do I need to take any medication or anything ahead of time? What time do we need to start that? Like, where do we have to go? And so there's all of these like things that he has to do ahead of each test that he's doing. So the tests are going to be used to inform his next surgery, which is on the 26th. So that's about 2 weeks away. So there is just a lot of things that we don't know at this point and that we're just kind of trying to figure out. So it's been a rough, week and a half. And it's just, it's going to impact things that I wish it wouldn't impact. So one of those being my wine business. For me, family comes first, regardless. It doesn't matter. And right now, I just have to focus on my family. So basically what that means is I'm going to stop doing in-home parties, but for the time being, right? So just for the time being, not forever, I promise. I'm not going to like move away from wine. So just for the time being, I'm going to stop doing in-home parties and hosting parties at my home. But I am going to do virtual parties. And I am going to continue marketing on social media and Instagram. So Instagram and Facebook. So kind of once I kind of get through this whole like, hey, shock of all of this like shit basically happening right now, you'll see more of me. I'm not going to disappear. I'm still going to be like the wine guide. I'm just going to shift my focus from in-home parties to trying to do things more virtually so that I can be at home with my husband and with my family and really try to focus on that. So I'm not going away anytime soon, but I am going to move away from parties for probably the next couple months or so. But again, doing virtual parties and things like that, I'm super all the way for, and you can still call on me if you need wine advice or someone to drink wine with. I'm totally like on board with that. But that's just kind of, I think what I need to do for me. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be different. It's going to be weird for me. I'm going to miss having my like release with these parties, like getting out of the house and having fun, you know, meeting new friends and meeting all of you people, you know, people on this page who like I would have never met if it hadn't have been for a wine party. So yeah, so just so you guys know, it's not the end of the line for wine with me, and it is certainly something that I still love and I'm still super, super into and like very passionate about, but my focus has to change a little bit at this time. So I hope you guys will understand. And you know, if I'm having it like a down day, like this is just real life, you know, and cancer sucks, and I don't know what cancer treatment is like. I've honestly, I've never known anyone who has had cancer before ever. And so this is my very first like introduction to cancer, and it's literally sleeping in my bed with me. So like I'm completely clueless. You know, I have some good friends who, you know, have given me some really, really good advice, and I have a really big support system here in my neighborhood, and my family lives very close to me. So I do have a big support system here. But it's just been, you know, shitty, like over the past week. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. But anyway, so I just wanted to come on and give you guys just a little update on what's going on with me and how it will, you know, a little bit change the way that I'm going to conduct business with my wine business, moving it more to online and virtual as opposed to like in-home parties. But I have a virtual party already scheduled. So if you guys want an invite to that, I'm sure she would be super happy to include you. The way that I do virtual parties is I actually ship a tasting set. So I ship 5 bottles of wine to whoever's hosting the party. And then they're there tasting the wine, and I'm just virtually behind the screen on a Facebook Live or something where like you can see me, and then that way I'll be able to go through everything, kind of tell you the things that you know, we always talk about during a wine tasting, and I'll be drinking wine with you. So, you know, it's not like you'll be on that end drinking and I'll be over here completely sober. Nope. But doing the virtual parties will allow me to stay home with my family, which is important to me right now. So anyway, if you're interested in doing a virtual party, please reach out to me. I probably won't start those until like, I don't know, the middle of May. Andy's surgery is on the 26th. And so I actually had one scheduled on the 30th. And I'm gonna have her push it out a couple weeks, April 30th. So I'm gonna have her push it out a few weeks to accommodate that surgery recovery time. And I just don't know what it's gonna look like. Like I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, give me some love. Give me some, you know, little thumbs up or little hearty little things. You know, I appreciate everyone's support, and feel free to reach out to me. You know, if you have questions, or if you need wine, or if you know, you want to talk about anything. I really appreciate everyone, and thank you so much for sticking around and being there for me. And hi everyone who's like popped in. I'm sorry, I'm so bad at doing these. I'm still learning how to do these Facebook Lives. But thank you so much for watching, and I will check in with you guys again later. Okay, bye.